curious now, what were the most challenging aspects that you've run into throughout your time?
When I got to Hopkins, I was the only Assyriology student in the program at the time. And I was my advisor's first student. And, Paul Donnero is a brilliant guy. There's no question about it. And I remember sitting in his office and saying, listen, don't take it easy on me. Like, push me as hard as you can, push me. Because I want to be the best Assyriologist out there. That's what I told him. It was the biggest mistake of my life. No, half kidding. Because he took that to heart. And I remember, coming in one day, and he put these pieces of paper in front of us that were just hand copies, just drawings of cuneiform tablets. And it was like our second semester of Sumerian, right? We didn't know a lot. And he said, read that. And Sumerian is very difficult to read. There's just no question. If you learn it correctly, we can do it. But the way that was, it was just put it down in front of you and read it. And so I kind of stumbled my way through some of it. And he was like visually frustrated with me. And he said, look, this is a temple list. It shows the name of the temple and the city that it's in. I was like, oh, okay, I see it. That's cool. Well, then we went and did our Sumerian grammar lesson. So the next week he came in and he slapped another piece of paper in front of me and he said, read that. And so I looked at it and I said, and he said, I can't believe this. What are you doing with your time? It's another temple list. And I gave you that one. You're supposed to go home and memorize these things. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that week, he taught us about this set of 10 literary pieces of literature called the Decad. And there's 10 Sumerian texts. And they were studied in a particular order by scribal students. And he wrote his dissertation on them. So he taught us these things just sort of in passing. Well, I went home and memorized them in order. Like I could... If you had said, tell me the Decad, I could have just listed them all for you because I just knew the next week he was going to ask us. Didn't ask me. Next week, week after. 3.5 years later, I'm sitting in this Sumerian class and he says, so this is one of the texts of the Decad. Josh, what are the texts of the Decad? Well, I had memorized them using this, what's it called? An acronym. And the acronym was, she loves songs, in every kite, even I need gold.
Is that what you said to him?
It was worse. I went, and there's like all these other students in the room, and I got my hands on my head and I said, Shulgi Lipidishtare, the Song of the Hoe. And he said, what are you, channeling an ancient scribe? But I got them all because I was saying that acronym in my head. Anyway, that was the sort of stuff that these programs, depending on which one you go into, they're phenomenal programs, but you've got to progress very, very quickly so they can be monumentally difficult. So like mental health becomes a real thing. People trying to watch other people's mental health states is a very real thing. Depression can set in very quickly in some of these programs because you have a short amount of time to learn so much material. So the hardest part, I think, was, besides the fact that I was getting up at 5:30 and studying until 9:30 at night, besides that, it was just trying to find some semblance of a little bit of balance in my life because I was married with 2 kids at the time. And so that was difficult to do. It's very difficult to manage that successfully. So
the challenges were just the program in itself it requires a lot of time and effort, and you didn't do yourself any favors by asking for the book to be thrown at you, and as well as mental health, which is important, being able to keep a good balance to not depression sets in quick. I would imagine it can be anxiety inducing to have to meet deadlines. You get hit with some tempo lists 2 weeks in a row, and you're just expecting them every week next, and they don't appear again for 3.5 years, and then you have to channel spirits, and
that's right.
That can be difficult.
You got it.
I can see it. Yeah, I'm starting to get a picture here of what goes down in the Assyriology departments. Before I go, I owe the Ctruth patrons a huge thanks for their continued support in my endeavor to explore the world of chronology. Thank you all. Like the video, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, and check out these other videos.